Have you ever looked at someone in your life and realized they couldn't match the immensity of your energy, the fire of your mission, or the weight of the calling on your life? This is not about their motives or your worth. It's all about alignment. Not everyone is prepared to walk beside someone on a divine mission, and that's okay. Here is the truth. What seems to be rejection or incompatibility is often an indication that the cosmos is clearing space. God is not leaving you alone. God is prepared to send someone who will not only match, but also amplify your energy. Someone who recognizes your strength, respects your mission, and stands firm beside you. This isn't a coincidence. It is a heavenly change. This is your opportunity to accept change, knowing that everything is in place for you to reach greatness. Life has a way of bringing significant connections to light exactly when you need them the most, acting as catalysts for change. This is a watershed moment in your path when your energies merge with those of others for a common goal. What lies ahead is a significant merging of two pathways. Rather than a simple contact or short connection, create designs that will uplift and inspire. Though this presence may still seem distant, like an echo just beyond your consciousness, it carries the undeniable weight of destiny. The attraction to this relationship is more than coincidence. It's a call to bravely enter a new chapter, shedding doubts and embracing life. I am waiting for you. Your adventure begins here. Subscribe today and let's create something special together. This gathering is a gateway to growth, providing an opportunity to explore new levels of strength and knowledge. While your path has changed you, it was never meant to be completed alone. Now, a kindred spirit develops to walk beside you, stimulating development and change that goes far beyond the person. The core of this relationship is mutual support and self-compassion. Letting go of previous burdens and forgiving yourself for perceived failings opens the door to greater harmony as you relinquish what no longer serves. You make room for a relationship that lifts both spirits, anchoring you in a common vision of possibilities and purpose. The expectation of change often stirs inside. As a low hum, an undercurrent signals the advent of something significant. Perhaps it is a transient awareness, such as a distant light or the faint pulse of an impending beat. For others, this energy manifests as a burgeoning presence, a new face, or a developing relationship. Others perceive it as an invisible force building momentum and waiting to emerge when the time is right. This arrival, regardless of its shape or time, has transformational potential. I urge you to take a courageous step into unexplored terrain. This is more than just an encounter. It is an evolution, a blending of pathways that pushes you to pursue your greater mission, while also kindling strength and development in both lives. This link sends out waves, inspiring everyone who comes into contact with it. The route to achieving harmony involves judgment and tenacity, since not every energy encountered will promote your progress. Some previous events may have had an impact on your confidence, concealing manipulation under the garb of fragility or dependence. These tiny encounters may weaken clarity and sow the seeds of self-doubt. Recognizing such tendencies is critical to moving forward unburdened. The current connection is quite different. It inspires and empowers, asking you to broaden your vision and live with conviction. This interaction reminds you of your intrinsic ability to overcome limitations and embrace a path of shared purpose and mutual progress. If you are experiencing an excess of divine love in your heart, now is the moment to share it. You may help spread God's blessings by clicking the Super Thank You button on YouTube and donating $20 or more. This wonderful gift will affect not just your life, but also the souls of countless others. Each of you has a holy position in God's great purpose via this platform, and your giving will provide fruit for our prayers. Act now. Share your riches to exalt His kingdom, since you were meant to do much more in God's loving hands. May God bless you. Some people brilliantly create a story intended to anchor you in uncertainty, hidden behind subtle gestures and well-selected words. Their weaknesses, although looking real, are a deliberate attempt to overshadow your growth and skew your view of potential. When moments of happiness or progress occur in your life, these energies have a tendency to shift the attention back to their challenges, making progress seem like a betrayal. It's a delicate orchestration that creates a false feeling of responsibility for their suffering while distracting you from your own route ahead. Over time, the underlying goals become clear. Their goal was not to accompany or assist you on your trip, but to bind you to a spot where your light remained faint. This influence thrives on keeping control, creating apprehension at every step, especially when new chances or powerful connections emerge. The fact is that your expansion poses a danger to their grasp, since reaching your full potential would highlight the disparity between their limitations and your progress. Their presence attempts to limit you, preventing you from flying toward the relationships and chances that align with your genuine identity. What may seem like an unseen weight on your soul is typically the result of deeply entrenched manipulation, designed to keep you anchored to a reality that isn't your own. In other circumstances, this energy extends beyond surface-level influence and into purposeful behaviors aimed at stifling your progress, whether via subtle control or conscious efforts to instill dread. These strategies are designed to create hurdles, forcing you to rethink your own next moves. However, their power is only an illusion. It only lives for as long as you let it to. When you see these methods for what they are, the veneer starts to shatter and their hold lessens. Such manipulation is firmly rooted in fear and scarcity, reflecting the manipulator's own unresolved scars. Instead of resolving their own conflicts, they project their uneasiness outside, aiming to entangle others in their web of control. Their fear does not determine your reality, it is an expression of their own limits. The concern and responsibility they want to impose on you do not belong to you. They want to transfer the load away from themselves. Releasing this grip demands insight and guts, the clarity to see through the cloud of manufactured anxieties, as well as the bravery to reject the roles that they attempted to impose on you. Separate your reality from their fantasies. You regain your strength. Reaffirm your autonomy and rise beyond the patterns they intended to perpetuate. Deep inside your being is an unbreakable core of strength, a sanctuary where clarity and resilience come together to protect you against exterior efforts to entrap you in illusion. Here, an unbreakable foundation awaits, offering insight into breaking free from forces that aim to restrict you in this holy place. You will discover a community of kindred souls who are unwavering in their quest for truth and freedom. It's a place to hone your capacity to discern what inspires and what detracts. As layers of illusion slip away, you will learn strategies to strengthen your inner defenses. What remains is your real essence, unspoiled and bright, ready to face any challenge. This is not for the faint-hearted. It is a shelter for people who are willing to accept unedited insight and unite with those who have a deep desire to progress. The connection you perceive as becoming stronger is not a coincidence. It's a purposeful orchestration by the cosmos, time to come just when both you and the other soul are ready to completely appreciate its significance. While waiting may seem like an undesirable delay, it is an important stage of preparation, allowing you to hone your inner strength and remove any residual worries. This time is about active nurturing, developing the attributes that will enable this connection to thrive. Each action you take now clears the way for a meeting that is free of previous influences and external constraints. The timing is not random. It reflects divine accuracy, ensuring that this link appears in its most pure and powerful form. Prepare to take the first step toward greatness. Subscribe today and get started. This period of quiet is a powerful invitation to delve inside, to explore the unexplored areas of your spirit that are sometimes overlooked. It is not a meaningless halt. It's a spiritual interlude intended to deepen your emotional depth and improve your capacity to connect on a meaningful level via contemplation. You create an open and compassionate mentality, laying the groundwork for a relationship based on mutual respect and understanding. True patience is not a passive action. It's a profound statement of belief in the voyage. What's happening isn't about hurrying to a goal, but about preparing to participate profoundly and honestly. The relationship you're creating goes beyond surface-level appeal. It's the result of a shared goal, enthusiasm, and respect for the different roads you both take. This process is protected by a greater knowledge, which reminds you that not all connections are instant. The spiritual relationships that actually impact your life take strategic timing and meticulous planning. Each step you take throughout this season of development provides you with the power and clarity required for this relationship to thrive. Use this opportunity to cast off any doubts or hesitations, knowing that your efforts will not be in vain. When the opportunity arises, you will approach it with a heart free of the weight of the past. Prepare to embrace the depth and honesty that this link provides. Trust in the unfolding because divine timing is working in your favor, ensuring that you and the one you seek cross paths at the exact junction of development and purpose along your journey. There have been times when other people's anxieties and doubts entered your life, disguised as facts. These external factors often attempt to anchor you in doubt, making it seem as if their troubles are your own. The suffering they portray is not yours to bear. It originates from unsolved issues and an unwillingness to face their shadows. However, they want to make you doubt your value. Planting seeds of doubt to impede your development. The hesitancy you felt or the self-doubt that lingered frequently reflected their story rather than your own. Recognizing these imposed constraints is the first step towards breaking free, enabling you to view your anxieties for what they are. Reflections on someone else's troubles, not your own reality. These forced beliefs are like overgrown weeds in your garden of potential, ready to be pulled out so that your true power may blossom. Understanding that these effects are external disturbances rather than reflections of who you are is the first step in letting go of them. Another's incapacity to grow does not limit your potential to change. Their inability to overcome challenges is not a reflection on your potential to ascend. By admitting that these limits stem from their anxieties, you reclaim the authority they wanted to weaken. Self-compassion becomes your most valuable ally. Here's a practice of being gentle to yourself while you deconstruct tales that were never yours. This kindness enables you to rediscover your inner resilience. As self-awareness grows, seeing oneself through a lens of possibilities rather than distortion dissolves what were previously impenetrable boundaries into faint remains of the past. The resistance they intended to corrode develops into an unbreakable core of strength, a guiding light that no external force can extinguish, enabling you to march ahead unaffected by their shadows. Take back control of your energy, openness, and limitless ability to develop. Others' concerns and misgivings about you were never a reflection of your reality, but rather of their own unresolved issues. They projected their fears not because you lacked, but because they couldn't understand or support the power and purpose you embody. You are not forced to live inside the boundaries they attempted to set for you. You have the capacity to forge your own path free of the shadows of others' opinions. As you progress through the healing process, you learn to identify with a deeper sense of self, freed from the constraints of forced narratives. This voyage enables you to reinvent what is possible, breaking free from limitations that never belonged to you. As each layer of doubt and fear is removed, your heart becomes lighter and more open, prepared to accept relationships that align with your genuine identity. With each stage, you remove the traces of extraneous influences, rediscovering the clarity and sincerity that were always there in you. This change is more than simply a release. It's a reclaiming, a return to a boundless and unfettered self, ready to embrace a future full of love, purpose, and unwavering freedom. The difficulties and restricting energies you encountered resulted from a mentality firmly rooted in the constraints of a restricted vision. This world is based on fear, competitiveness, and control, maintaining the idea that one's value is determined by their capacity to dominate or limit others. However, this is not the reality you are meant to live in. Your journey invites you to climb beyond these limitations, to overcome the illusions that attempt to define your worth via separation and scarcity. The world you are entering is wide, based on oneness and abundance, a place where development and connection flow naturally without the need for external confirmation. In this old paradigm, individuals often behave out of fear, seeing the success or pleasure of others as a danger to their own security. They hold on to conceptions of scarcity, certain that everything worth having is limited. These viewpoints drive the behaviors of individuals who want to dull your light, not because you lack anything, but because their vision of life is limited by these narrow frameworks. These concepts, however, are just transient veils. The moment you see the deeper reality of your limitless potential, these illusions start to fade. You are not here to guide them through their worries, but to represent a reality that defies such constraints. Opening the door to a life defined by connection empowers and creates unlimited possibilities. Dear brothers and sisters, may the peace of God be with you today. I'm here to remind you of a fundamental fact. Our existence is based on God's divine design, which is unaffected by worldly worries. According to the Bible, everything is done with faith, will be returned to God with great blessing. Every step we take, every stance we take, is supported by His power, and you click the super thank you button and contribute $100 of benefits to His bucket. When you click the super thank you button and contribute $100, your generosity will be rewarded 100-fold. When you reach a greater level of consciousness, you will find a world in which division and lack have no influence over you. This exalted viewpoint encourages limitless connection and harmony, in which control yields to collaboration and trust. In this area, you realize that the restrictions of the past were never yours to bear. and that no one else's anxieties can influence your future. Moving ahead becomes easy, motivated by an inner feeling of purpose and clarity rather than external constraints. As you identify with this wide way of being, illusions of constraint fade away, replaced by the understanding that your essence flourishes in freedom and love. Every obstacle that attempted to bind you to a restricted life becomes a monument to your perseverance. Each challenge, each effort by others to dull your light, serves as a reminder of the power you've built. These moments were never intended to define you. They were invitations to climb higher, to convert opposition into growth. The attempts to hold you back only fueled your change, bringing you closer to achieving your best potential. The truth about who you are shines clearer than ever, unshaken by historical echoes and firmly rooted in a world that embraces plenty and harmony. Finding oneself between two realities might seem like straddling opposing universes, one rooted in old patterns and the other beckoning you to limitless possibilities. This dichotomy may seem disconcerting, but it is simply a transitory stage, with each decision to respect your genuine self. The burden of the old methods is lifted, and the route forward becomes clearer. You owe no explanations for your development to people who are still stuck in outmoded beliefs. Your progress reflects your inner power and wisdom in pursuing your own path, guided by a greater mission that has always been unique to you. The difficulties you've encountered, as well as others' attempts to confine you to their confines, have only strengthened your resolve. These challenges were not defeats. They were stepping stones that taught you resilience and clarity. You are no longer bound by the frames that others attempted to impose. Instead, you are energized by the awareness that you have the freedom to create a life that is consistent with your larger vision. What previously seemed like a tug-of-war between past and future has transformed into a steady rise, taking you to a place where honesty reigns supreme and the illusions of the past have no control over your limitless potential. This is your opportunity to shine. Subscribe now and let's make it memorable. The viewpoint you are now embracing has the potential to completely shift your path. Within you has the strength to soar beyond the constraints of outmoded truths. This is a call to connect oneself with universal truths, guided by your clear mission, to let go of artificial limitations and truly embrace your spirit's limitless potential. Spiritual connections go beyond regular partnerships. They are planned unions, having a purpose that extends well beyond the people involved. When you meet a soul whose energy is compatible with your own, the meeting is not just for your own progress, but also for the collective elevation of others around you. Now is the moment to share God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube. With a $100 or more gift, you may help him carry out his plan and become a part of this heavenly mission. Every contribution symbolizes God's generosity, and I think it will return back to you enormously, far beyond your expectations. Remember that His protection and blessings are with you at every step and gift. You become a part of His divine plan. You are a powerful, dazzling entity, as solid as the massive rock that saw God's marvels. Feel the rewards of your kindness in your spirit, and light up the world with confidence and bravery. Be blessed and let the light of the Lord lead you. The development you experience with a divinely aligned relationship has a far-reaching influence, touching the lives of people around you. Your union exudes an energy that encourages others, including friends, family, and strangers, to reflect on their own paths and seek alignment with their real purpose. These links serve as beacons, casting light into the darkness and paving the way for others to achieve deeper understanding and togetherness. Accepting the divine design of this link enables you to completely embody your position, not just as a person, but as part of a communal force for change. Each shared moment creates a ripple in the ocean of change, reminding the world of the boundless power of love and the peace that comes with togetherness. Compassion emerges as the single most important instrument for healing and development. On this journey, empathy evolves into a discipline of deliberately accepting both your own and others' weaknesses as you travel this route. Compassion acts as a bridge between the fractured parts of the past and the promise of the future, making grief become a chance for healing. This transforming power starts with recognizing the emotions elicited by these events, both pleasure and grief. Far from being impediments, these feelings are strong guides that indicate the places where healing is required and love has opportunity to grow. Compassion creates room for regeneration, infusing each stride forward with power and purpose. Every emotion that arises, whether light or shade, provides a chance for greater insight. By experiencing these sensations freely and without resistance or judgment, you may discover the origins of your past and how they impact your present. You use these feelings to lead your progress rather than hold you back. Forgiveness arises as the highest form of compassion. To forgive is the act of freeing oneself from the burden of anger, making room for freedom and regeneration. It is not the act of forgetting or excusing. It is a purposeful decision to favor your inner peace above the weight of previous grief. By forgiving, you set free not just those who may have inflicted damage, but also yourself, allowing people to be free of the shame and remorse that comes with making tough decisions. This release allows aligned relationships to develop, free of residual shadows. When you embrace compassion, the energy inside you changes, creating partnerships that mirror your development and illumination. Letting go of previous wounds breaks the boundaries that formerly held you captive to cycles of sorrow, creating avenues to love and harmony. This heightened mood appeals to others who value your strength and encourage your path. Rather than exploiting your flaws, compassion becomes a transformational power. Not only will you mend your own heart, but you will also be able to foster strong mutual bonds. Self-compassion is important to this process, the understanding that progress is not linear and that perfection is not required for change. By being nice to yourself, you build a foundation of acceptance, making each step on your journey seem worthwhile. This delicate self-awareness frees you from self-imposed demands, accepting each step of recovery as a necessary component of being your purest, most genuine self. Just as iron sharpens iron, so does one person sharpen another. Proverbs 27:17. Just like a blade requires friction to shine, compassion polishes the soul, preparing it for a greater purpose. This transforming force is not just about personal development. It's a potent energy that permeates every relationship you touch. When you approach people with an open heart, you instill a desire in them to develop, heal, and rise. Compassion lays the groundwork for a circle of power, love, and purpose. A celestial community united by a common desire to reform. It soothes fear, replaces resistance with bravery, and paves the door for strong, honest relationships based on trust. Compassion creates opportunities for fresh starts and balanced relationships. Make room for the wonderful life God has planned for you. Recognizing your value and accepting your mission are essential for navigating this transforming journey. Choosing compassion is not always easy. It takes bravery and a desire to confront obstacles. However, it serves as a portal to true healing and liberating love. By embarking on this trip, You will remind yourself of your innate worth and the relationships that are meant to nourish your soul. Each step enhances your life and adds to something much larger than yourself. This is your opportunity to embrace the power of compassion, bringing development, light, and love into all area of your journey.